God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
What ruckus?
I was just in my office and I heard a ruckus.
Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
Okay, here's what I would have done. Bro, no one cares what you would have done. Actually, everyone cares. Welcome to Let Me Book the Territory, the podcast made for smart marks and nostalgia nerds. Brought to you by the Embrace the Turn Up Podcast Network. And now your hosts, A-Dub, B.A., E-Ray,
I wasn't gonna say nothing at all.
Were you not? Well,
but we're here now.
Hey, double or nothing. Is that what Dub's PIB weekend was like? Was he just like doubling up on tall boys and getting no ass? That's what I think of you, Dub. That's what I think of you, buddy. But again, it's not about what I think. It's about what the people think. Because we are the people's pod. And guys, this is another episode of Let Me Book the Territory, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. The voice you hear currently is I, E-Ray, the quasi-bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the man of 7/8 teeth, American Cream, Brody Loads, Teen Malenko at your service. And I would be nothing if I did not have my comrades with me. So I roll with a gang, much like AJ Styles, and we are phenomenal. Before we kind of get into this thing, let me introduce the gentleman. If you've never heard this show, we got a guy here, and this dude likes to drink. He likes to sink himself in a weird tub of fluids, usually with other women that have not had their shots, that do take their clothes off for money. This guy's the most constipated man in the universe.
Well, it's the Dub Show.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A-Dub in the building. Fresh from Dub and Bay. We're going to just rename the place. Vacation was great. I got my voice back 30 minutes ago. So we are here. And what do you guys want to talk about?
Well, we got plenty of things to talk about. I would love to start to discuss your journey to Tapioca Town, but that's for another podcast. Before we get there, the mayor of Tapioca Town, the guy who does it all, but he keeps it bald, the man that has a beard, but he really likes to get weird. This is B.A. DiBiase himself, B.A. Bigelow. My guy, B.A., what's going on, brother?
What is good, fellas? It is I, as the man said, B.A. DiBiase, a.k.a. Black IRS, a.k.a. the Beef of the East. B.A. Bigelow in the building, stomping and dropping all over the place. What's happening?
I don't know why he turned into a black preacher, but I'll allow it.
Yeah. I had to get my grown-up voice up on it.
And pass that
Black Bigelow over here.
Right, black Goliath. Well, gentlemen, everybody that's listening to this, we are ready to talk about the immense amount of wrestling that we have come upon the last weekend. So much, literally so much wrestling. It was huge.
So much.
It was just too intense. We had all of the PLEs. Some shit we ain't even watch ROH. And it's just, we try our best. We can only do so much. We're only 3MB.
Like 30 matches on that card, man.
Yeah,
I
counted. It was 27. It was 27. I counted.
I got
tell you what,
real life stuff going on.
I tell you what, if you're upset that we're not going to talk about ROH, just keep listening, because maybe at the very end of the pod, we will talk about it. Like literally 2 minutes left. We may talk about ROH. Just keep listening.
I'll tell you what, guys. If you like, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review, we will all go back and watch that ROH pay-per-view, and we will give you a full review on it.
Yep.
Next week.
One person does that.
One. Just
and
one.
we will scour
the
platforms.
I will check every single day. One.
We'll do it, and we'll advertise it.
Look, I usually advocate for the 5-star review. In this case, don't do this because I don't want to do it. But if you do, I'm a man of my word, so I definitely will do it.
27 matches.
That's a lot.
We might need to get Red Bull on as a sponsor for that, man. Jesus, that's
Red Bull, Monster,
Bang, Rockstar,
Bang, like all this, all the shit I don't drink that can make my heart explode. But guys, let's not waste any more time. This is not the normal podcast that you're used to. We are going to really go into these PLEs and probably these PLEs alone. There was not much that happened this week of like actual wrestling shows because there's still fallout happening. So the important shit is on these actual like main shows. So we're going to start there. First and foremost, I know this might come as a shock to like most people who are fan favorites and familiar with this Let Me Book the Territory brand. But you know what? Enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Guys, we are about to start the show talking AEW Double or Nothing. That was live in Las Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Guys, first and foremost, I want to start off by saying interesting show. It was long per usual. I think that's just AEW's thing because they only have a pay-per-view once every like quarter moon. I don't know, blood moon or some shit. But yeah, it was a lot of matches on it. Y'all want to just run through the card, give thoughts as we go? Sound good?
Did we go through the whole card, or yeah. Do we need to talk about Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho
and Sabu doing spots? Like I told y'all, I gotta take a shot. Didn't I say last week Sabu did a spot? I think I said that.
They ain't bring him here for no reason. Now,
they were like, "We gonna pay you." Tony was sitting there like a pimp. He was like, "If we gonna pay you, you gonna do some tricks,
so,
David."
I guess we're starting there. Excuse me. Sabu came out and in the match and fell off the top rope into a table, and I was like, damn.
I was so angry. I was like, really? This how y'all start this off? This broken down, man. I hope he got really paid. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, when he wasn't making much at all, any payday is getting paid. So we'll start there. But realistically, let's not even talk about the match because the match was a meh to me. Let's talk about the two things that matter here. One, the diminishing quality and like meaning of Chris Jericho matches. In any thoughts?
He's starting to feel like your gatekeeper feud. He's becoming the thing that Cody didn't want to be when Cody left. Don't want to be that gatekeeper of upper mid card to high card level. And he's becoming that. And so like now he's getting into these matches like, well, this guy looks like he's poised for some special shit. So Chris is clearly gonna lose. And like the diminishing return for the society is what's really interesting because he's not elevating any of these guys anymore.
I was gonna say
Daniel Garcia is dead on arrival right now. Jake Hager. Don't even get me started on Jake Hager.
Doing a sex dance.
That shit is terrible.
2.0 might want to go back to doing a YouTube show.
Hey, the bitches love it. I'm sorry.
Well, you heard it first, bitches. If you love it, say it's BA. BA tell you what you love it.
You love it.
Outside of that, Action Andretti, where is he?
Wait, is he in the Jericho Appreciation Society?
He wasn't elevated. Again, you're talking about the people who's in the JS. I'm talking about Period. People he's beaten. With, it's not doing anything anymore. It's like,
where's Eddie Kingston?
Oh, he took his ball and went home. He said, "Fuck y'all. Let me know when Fight Forever comes out. I'll play that shit on my PS2."
With his dangling wood cross rosary hanging over his his DualShock 1. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
Like, has the Jericho feud worked for anybody except for MJF since he's been there?
Honestly, I don't know if it worked for MJF. I think MJF was just already there. I think once upon a time it did something for Moxley because it was like brand new company. It did. Damn.
Did do anything for Ricky Starks at all?
No, that was already on the decline, and that's what I was getting at. At this point, like, it's so many things that's wrong with it, and we're gonna get to it shortly. But even like the people that are supposed to be in the JS, like, I don't know what's going on with Sammy Guevara and what he's like not associated with them anymore. But I don't know. Again, this is the problem with AEW as a whole. Just kind of a repetition of things that we don't need or we didn't ask for. And I say we, meaning the when it comes to voting, what do you call those people? It's like, we're not
Delegates.
Republicans, we're not Democrats, we're like the
independents.
swing voters. Swing
voters.
voters. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
like,
okay.
We
People that don't have a party. Yeah, they don't have a party affiliation. They just kind of
we could be swayed to watch some AEW. But if you keep getting me with shit, like, the wrestling's always going to be good. I was like, I can't even think. The wrestling is usually really good in ring quality, but the storytelling and how we get there is usually so convoluted and bad that it takes away from it. So I'll say this: that match didn't do much for me at all. Even though I love Adam Cole, I couldn't manage.
He's floundering, bro. He's floundering. It's how
he
they
need to come home. He need to come home. I know those guys are his friends, but he got to come home.
Question, really quickly before we move on: if he comes home, does he get an invite for a +1?
I'm gonna
better
say
question.
No. Unless
who's he taking as his +1?
His girlfriend.
I was about to say
like,
his girlfriend
Riley.
I forgot. Dub doesn't have a woman. He doesn't know how this goes. He has no relationship experience.
But his girlfriend isn't floundering there.
Exactly. That's what I said.
That's what unless he said
that
you
Cole
gotta
leaves, like, Roddy not gonna be a top guy, and we all know Roddy never going back.
But Roddy ain't. I mean, that's the thing.
And Cole has always said, wherever I go, Roderick Strong got a place.
I mean, he got a place, but whether he wants to go or not, I think Roddy will be fine in AEW. But I'm saying Britt Baker, she's not floundering, but she's not like feeling it right now. She's just kind of there. And
that's the like, thing, E-Ray. Like, she's one of those people, like, you look at her in AEW like, oh, she's overrated. But yeah, she's at the top of the card because they want her there, not necessarily because she's getting everything over. So why go somewhere else and have to work hard to get to the top of the card when you can just be placed there?
I'll disagree. I don't think that she's overrated. I think she's good. She's a good character. She is a good worker. I just think their usage of, like, everybody is kind of meh sauce. So it's like, oh, okay, we're trying, but we're not necessarily executing all the time. And for some reason, she's kind of like this awkward baby. But they have like 2 women stables, kind of, where the main woman isn't the one that's holding the belt. We'll get there in a second. So it's just a weird thing. We rinse, wash, and repeat, and they just kind of have involvements with different people instead of, like, nothing's clear. And as we speak, it's just been announced: Chris Jericho and Saraya versus Adam Cole and Britt Baker tonight. Somebody wants that. It's not me. But neither here nor there. What was the next match on the card? See what is worth talking about.
FTR defeated Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Feel free to talk about that. I can't talk about Jeff Jarrett in 2023. I can't.
Why not? He's everywhere.
Fuck you, BA. I say that with love.
I know you do, but he's literally everywhere. That's all I'm saying.
BA, do you have anything impactful to add to this?
Not really. I mean, Jeff Jarrett does what he does. He knows how to piss people off, i.e. Dub. Still
get a check.
And get a check. Yeah, man. I can't hate on the man. And he's doing what all pro wrestlers want to do when they grow up. Figure out ways to keep
him. I just hate him.
That means it works.
But that kind of right. I mean, he's living rent free in your hair right now.
Yes. So much so that Jeff Jarrett can be found on the side pod for Nostalgia Talk and here. So yes. Yeah. I don't have much to say though. You know, FTR is my guys. Anytime they win, I'm happy.
Let me give it to y'all because I feel like y'all are holding back here, and I gotta round this home. And I'll let y'all do the heavy lifting. Jeff Jarrett, this match was fine. It wasn't anything wrong with it, except for the fact that it was overbooked as hell. And I was like, I didn't need all this shit. It was
a lot of wild shit.
Why was Mark Briscoe there? Like, why do we need that?
Special guest referee to give him something to do. I feel like they feel bad for him because of what happened, so they keep throwing him in these spots.
I agree, but give him a singles push.
There.
Yeah, hasn't he been a world champion? Hasn't he been like ROH world champion like twice? One of the longest reigns ever, if memory serves me correctly.
I don't know that. I don't go that far, but you guys, hey, that's for y'all to decide and debate.
My quantum leap machine does not go to that dimension of Ring of Honor, so I don't know. Never traveled.
You didn't go to that part of the multiverse?
Nah, man, I don't know.
That's the multiverse of madness.
That's by the black hole of the galaxy, so we don't get too close, or we won't come back.
He's out of there. I'll say this.
Kang's over there. Nope, not going there.
I'll say this. Yeah, didn't need his. I don't know whether he was a referee or because they end up needing another referee.
He just left.
Aubrey so-and-so came out, and then she ended up taking a guitar shot from Jeff Jarrett's wife, and I was like, well, that was extra stuff. Like it's just a lot of shit that I was like,
I do have a question about Miss Aubrey Edwards. She seems to be a lightning rod on wrestling conversations. Yeah, about her. Do y'all think she be doing too much in the ring like most people seem to think? I don't care. She's a ref.
No, I just
fucking
think
cares. Like, why?
I have never paid attention to her like other people have. This is the problem. This is not meant to be AEW critique. We're trying to start off with the show, but I have to say
don't do it.
This is probably right. But the fans, it's something with the fans that are, if y'all paid half as much attention and gave as much scrutiny to a referee that you hate, to the shitty storytelling that this company does, quite often, you will probably have a better product. But the fact that you're so happy with just getting anything served on the plate to you by Tony Khan that got a TK on it, that you're satisfied and you'll just take your anger out on the woman ref. Like, oh, it's a woman. She's refereeing. She's sliding too hard.
She's making too many facials.
It sounds like bitchless behavior to me. I don't know. I could be tripping.
Hey, I don't know. I mean,
it just sounds like bitchless behavior to me.
Hey, I don't know. I won't even classify it as that because I'm sure it's some AEW females out there as well. Women wrestling fans that are hating on her too. I don't get it.
They could not be getting bitches too.
True.
Scaring the hoes is not gender specific, E.
No,
this is what the AEW fan that hates on Aubrey Everett does on a daily basis. They be out here just scaring the hoes. That's why SummerSlam weekend is going to be so much fun because we're going to be the normal niggas in the sea of weirdos that be out here scaring the hoes.
Well said.
I can't argue any of that.
Yep. As we expected, the greatest tag team that y'all love so much retains. FTR.
Legends.
Cool.
God damn it.
Next.
Wardlow beats Chris Jericho in a ladder match for the TNT title.
Jericho.
Not Christian Cage. Christian Cage.
God.
I'm sorry. Too many C's. Triple C's. No Rick Ross. Yeah.
C's out your mouth.
Mommy.
So this was probably the best Wardlow match he's ever had in AEW. and I still did not care. Like, I love
Why is
Christian
Luchasaurus
Cage.
still heel? And why is he wearing spikes now? Did he like
Christian
evolve?
like made him this way. He like
He
brought him back
evolved.
this
Oh,
way.
He's a
Luchasaurus
Pokemon.
is a Pokemon.
Yeah.
He's like Lucha. He's like
You didn't watch it in the beginning. He was Luce.
There you go.
Luce.
And then it became Luchasaur when he was with Jungle Boy, and now he's full Luchasaurus.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Luchasaur.
Final form.
Use Vine Whip. Yeah. Now he's Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus, use random heel turn.
So I got a better question for you. What was the original version of Arn Anderson?
The Yeti from WCW in the mid-90s, evidently. Oh, your turn.
And then he evolved into Arn Anderson.
I think Arn Anderson was involved in that match. He might have got bit low key, and it's like one of those like dormant viruses. And it just came active in 2023.
Is Arn Anderson patient zero?
Is
Technically speaking.
y'all just turned Arn Anderson to scabies. Like
Arn Anderson in Outbreak 2.
HPV.
HPV.
I can't understand. Anybody want to tell me why Arn Anderson ate Luchasaurus's finger?
He telegraphed it too. Like you could tell he has something in his mouth the whole time. It was so weird. I'm like, bro,
nope, I'm not here for that.
I watching.
I'm not here to pick him apart. I just want to know why he ate it.
You gonna have to talk to who booked it, brother, because I got nothing if I can't critique it.
They don't have any quality control in that place.
I got nothing.
Hey, Arn Anderson, the guy who's not wearing any mask and talks about blowing people's heads off if they try to rob him. Go out there and eat a man's thumb. Like, no continuity. But he did it. Christian Cage, amazing sweaters.
Always.
Turtleneck, fire. Love it.
Turtleneck Mafia.
And I mean, the match was fine. It just, I don't get popped from Wardlow, number one. Number two, for the TNT title,
Littlefield.
It would have been, this is what I think. What they should have done, this is in retrospect, booking the territory. They should have never took the belt off of Powerhouse Hobbs. And they could have built it all the way until just now at Double or Nothing. And then had to blow off there. They had the thing where he ruined the car, and apparently the belt got stolen. All this stuff was all fodder for this one feud. For some reason, he lost in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It was like, oh, okay, why do I care anymore? Because this title gets hot potato back and forth, and it's stupid. So I'm trying to find a reason to care, but Wardlow ain't it for me. Good for him. He retained, but it just didn't pop me. I wasn't excited. I'm trying to get some good stuff out of here. I'm trying to get some energy from you guys. Y'all don't give a fuck about
the last two matches. Let's just keep it a buck. The last two matches is the only thing worth talking about. Let's keep this. Am I lying or no?
A little bit, because we have Jade Cargill.
Okay. She had her AKA entrance. That was
Jesus Christ, guys! Is there a fan in the house? Is there a heart? Is there a heart
E-Ray.
in the house tonight?
This show was mid as fuck to me. I'm sorry, bro.
Right.
I'm keeping it a buck. The last two matches was dope to me. The Four Pillars match was just a fucking spot fest. And then
okay. Well,
but we can talk about it. I'm just telling you why the energy's low, bro.
Okay, well.
Is Tony Storm over enough to have beaten Jamie Hayter for this title? Why is Chris Statlander coming back and beating Jade Cargill in 48 fucking seconds?
Because I'm trying to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did I?
Did you watch?
I saw this match. Yes, I saw this match. Yes, okay, I saw this match.
We got Jade Cargill, 59-0, versus Taya Valkyrie. You didn't give a shit about the match?
We literally saw it like 2 weeks ago. That's why I didn't care.
Taya Valkyrie discussion the same time we have the Paige discussion.
I'm just speaking on the match. We saw this match like 2 or 3 weeks ago on Dynamite.
We did.
I swear to God, I was sitting here recording the show and saw it. That's why I'm like, I don't care. Right. That's why
we knew she wasn't winning. And then
exactly.
But the Statlander comeback pop is what got them. To me, I thought this was a great booking job. So tell me why I'm wrong, guys.
I wasn't as upset as it seems to be my comrade Dub is, but I get both sides of it. I'm in my personal opinion, I was waiting for Jade to lose it so Jade can kind of change her trajectory as far as like, all right, now she has something that she can actually go after again instead of just this undefeated streak for just because they don't know what else to do with her. So I'm curious what they're gonna do with her and Chris Statlander. But for Jade to lose like that, it didn't make sense to me. It should have been more of a match. But I get why, hey, she just had a match, sneak in, she want to take open challengers, squash her in justification from the backstage aspect. But I feel like it could have been done better, but I'm not gonna rip it to shreds.
Statlander return and then build to something. You know how many special episodes of Dynamite we gonna get this summer in between their next pay-per-view? Hold the belt for Jade then, and then have Jade get ready to go chase Tony or whoever they hot shot that women's title to. Like, I don't know. I just don't like it.
I agree with that too. That could happen, but I see why
it doesn't make sense for me to have Jade do an open challenge after she had a damn near 10-minute match with Tyra Valkyrie. You do an open challenge after you squash somebody.
Well,
Rhea should do an open challenge after she squashed Natalya.
Okay, well let me shoot some bail here, because this is where it comes from when you didn't see it. So the thing here and why I like the pop or the surprise of it, if you will, is mainly because she just disposed of Ty Valkyrie, like, get you out of here. I'm 60-0. I can't be beaten. It's like when you beating a nigga in Madden and you just destroying his ass. And he's like, let me just throw a Hail Mary. Let me run all streaks for 5 plays straight. Because you don't fucking care no more. Exactly. And it's like, that's her ego. That's her thing. And then, of course, Smart Mark Calloway's like, yeah, we can't be beat. We'll do it anytime, any place, anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, that's when you get the Chris Statlander comeback. Bam. And it's like, make this. And she's like, wait, what? But that's what happened. And then her to get the moves off. I think personally, it worked in both of their favors. It makes Jade look huge. She got the big entrance. That was the thing that people talked about. Then I was like, wait, Jade lost? That brought people who weren't gonna ever watch Double or Nothing to watch Double or Nothing. It seemed like it worked. Number one. Number two, Chris Statlander not being healthy or not staying healthy almost ever. For her to have a comeback immediately with the title change, I know it could have been better. They could have been like, oh, let's build a feud and blah, blah, blah. Great, but now you're risking.
Tell a story. That's crazy, right?
Wait. No. But it's also scary because Tony Khan is terrified of what? Having more fucking injuries ruin his life. Because this whole company had been plagued by mad injuries that have changed and altered all of their plans. So when they try to do long-term booking, they're like, oh yeah, so then we're gonna have CM Punk go against, oh, his foot rips off, oh god, and we're gonna have Kenny Omega, oh gosh, he's dead.
I think that's more of a attestation of work rate in the ring versus booking. Like, you can book, I mean, the way these dudes work on a weekly basis as far as the brutality.
But those things go hand in hand, PA, because again, if you're booking something and they're wrestling in the ring, guess what happens? While you're booking it, they get hurt. You've booked it out for this long. Now you got to scrap all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what they cannot do 450s, and Kenny cannot wrestle in 25 different promotions. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's other factors we can control instead of like saying, let's not have a long story because I'm afraid of my wrestlers getting hurt because I let them do whatever they want to do. That's the problem, to be completely honest.
Sure, it could be, but it's a absolute factor of why I think that happened. So it's like, you know what? Let's get the cheap pop. Let's do it. It blew people up. Chris Statlander has already been deserving of a title shot because she's been fantastic when she is available. Bam. Now you can start building around this feud. I'm hoping they go in the direction of having, hey, these two interact and have something, and then maybe they already did something with another call out where I hope they don't just move Jade along. That would annoy me because then that devalues the TBS belt, but that's another story. But that's what I'm just saying. I feel confident about this as far as them making the switch there, because I was like, wait, she lost? Oh shit. I'm gonna tune in. And a bunch of other people I seen on the timeline saying the same thing. I was like, oh shit, well, let's see this now. First I seen the AKA entrance. I was like, everybody's popping for that. I was like, cool, that's great.
Like we've seen it. I was about to say, if you've seen it before, I got you.
But on this stage, I get it. I'm not shitting on it, but
not shitting on it either.
But it's just like, okay, that's fine. And the white people are confused, like, what's this she's doing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Caucasians just getting outed everywhere. That's more of what it's fun to see, like just Caucasians get drugged because they don't understand what's happening. That's the fun part, that kind of stuff. But yes.
Anywho, I didn't mind it. Chris Statlander is our new TBS champion, and I'm hoping there is a feud that continues to brew through this, and they don't just move her on to the next women's championship, which also happened. Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter, and I'm a big Hayter guy. So Dub, I know you didn't see it, but tell me why Jamie Hayter losing his belt was the worst thing that you could imagine.
Because Toni Storm is not even the leader of this faction of Outcast, even though they were all, you know, like,
such a hater. He's such a hater. I love it.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, Jamie Hayter is your over homegrown champion who also is still kind of second fiddle in her own little faction. Like, first of all, you need to separate Jamie Hayter far away from Britt Baker. Like, they need to have Britt Baker on AEW Dark. And I say that knowing Dark has been canceled. That's how far Jamie Hayter needs to be away from her. And Jamie Hayter needs to be dominating all three of these women on her road to fucking Jade. Like, your money is Jade and Jamie. 100% here. Tony's going to hold that belt until Soraya decides she wants it and can stay healthy for in 2 weeks, or Ruby decides she wants it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't.
I'll say this. As much as I was excited for Jade and Chris Statlander and the change there, I'm like, ooh, okay. Now let's see what she got, because we're going to do this. I hated everything about this Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter match, because number one, she didn't even make it out. Her music played, nothing happened. They played her music again, then she just falls out like a drunk, because the rest of the Outcasts beat the shit out of her. They was like, get your ass out of there. All right, now go compete, bitch. And it was like, oh, okay. Then the other chick came out. I forget her name. She was a former champion as well. Man, I feel bad for not remembering.
Riho?
Nope. The other one.
I'm not trying.
She had the kendo stick. I got nothing.
Hikaru Shida.
Yeah, that one. Her, yeah. She came out and helped a little bit. The Outcasts were all over the place. But this was a very quick match. It was like, what, 8 minutes or something like that?
Probably 3.
Oh, damn.
Say, I just saw Toni Storm holding the title. This was I stepped out to, get down how I get down, and I came back in and was like, oh shit, that was quick.
I was like, what? And yeah, Storm Zero's cool, but I'm a Jamie Hayter guy, and it's like I'm already stepping in this not knowing what's going on. To see such a quick match and 2 quick women's matches, I think that says a lot. Again, this is a step in the wrong direction for AEW, and where we got some improvement in the other brand we'll talk about a little later. But yeah, didn't like that. I could have did without it. I'm a Hayter guy. I think she should have held that belt, and then her and Jade go at it or something like that. That would have been much
That's
more
where the
fruitful.
money is. That's where the money is.
Absolutely. And those are, again, like you said, they're homegrown talents. They're really trying to push this Outcast thing, and it's kind of taking over. Blackpool Combat Club or Outcast are on everything that they're doing, almost everything. And I was like, yeah, I don't need it. But hey.
Yeah, like for them to want to be like so different, like their 2 top factions are full of former WWE people. Like Brian just decided to leave because he wanted to wrestle more, and they were still worried about his next. Mox was just unhappy. Cesaro was like, hey, it looks fun over there. All right, cool. But the Outcast, oh man, Toni Storm left in the middle of a title feud
weird.
Saraya just wasn't getting her way, and Ruby couldn't stay healthy.
TV for like, in her defense, she hadn't been on TV for like.
Yeah, and Ruby couldn't stay healthy. Are they really outcast?
And they wasn't gonna let her on TV.
Yeah.
Even though she was under contract the whole time.
I wish somebody paid me to sit my black ass at home.
Talk about it. Speaking of which, we are open to sponsorship for Let Me Book the Territory.
So many sponsors.
Hey, you want to advertise here? This could be you.
Yep.
Corporate shill, 100%.
We will have all of this stuff outlined in all your corporate garb, if you so choose.
100%. I will wear the t-shirt.
Because here at Let Me Book the Territory, our slogan is pay us and we'll sell out for you.
Sir or ma'am.
Sell. No, anyway. Other than that, yeah, as we said, let's get to the fun. Because I know you guys are just so down on this pay-per-view. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to pick them up. So let's get to the fun. 4 pillars. 4 fucking pillars. BA, you like this. You skipped to the last 2 matches. So you better bring me some fucking energy and tell me why this match was good. Or tell me what you liked about this.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna go that far, but it was a good match.
Saturday Saints, bro.
It was a spot fest. I thought it was real cute for all of them to pay homage to their wrestling forefathers. As far as them doing that, like there's a sequence where they all did like the guys that they kind of opened up the doors for him, and
I love that.
That was cute.
That was one of the things that I was like, see, I can't even be condescending. When I like it, I like it. I thought
that's what I'm saying. It was cute. I was like, oh, but
such a dickhead.
Thank you. But the spots, like I said, Sammy almost killed himself. I mean, I don't expect anything different out of a Sammy Guevara match where he gets to be in a main event. Yeah, I mean, it was a good match. They told a decent story in the ring, but the problem that I have with all the MJF matches pretty much until his contract's ready to run out is I don't think he's going to lose any of them because he pretty much calls his shot and has called his shot, and nobody's has really steered away from saying like, oh yeah, he's probably going to beat everybody and he'll still be champion 2024 and will wake me up when that happens. It's kind of how I feel about MJF when he's booked in AEW right now.
Interesting. I'm going to avoid the obvious trap here. And
hey man, no trap. Free zone, brother. Speak your mind.
No, I see the Yu-Gi-Oh trap card. I'm step right around that shit. Black magician, get on his ass. I gotta say, I loved the match. I thought it was really fun. I'm not gonna take the same stance as BA. I don't feel that way about MJF per se because of the signing or anything. I think it's more so because he just got the belt, and people who just win the belt don't lose. So it just kind of takes something off of it. But I'm also still curious because all 4 of those guys can go. You got MJF, you got Sammy Guevara. What's his name? I'm terrible with names.
Darby Allin.
There we go. Darby Allin and Jungle Boy. I'm not that high on Jungle Boy. I'll
so tiny.
I like his dad, but I get not that great on Jungle Boy, but he can still go a little bit. But I enjoyed the match for what it was. It was a spot fest. It was really fun. Darby did some crazy shit. Sammy did some crazy shit. And honestly, I'm constantly reminded again, oh yeah, MJF can actually wrestle. So that's what's the fun is for me. When I see MJF like going for it, like I don't like the and forgive me for this, but like that Miz style of wrestling most times. That's what
the chicken shit heel.
I mean, some of that, but it's just like that style. It's very slow, prodding, rest, hold,
safe,
do the thing. Yeah, and it's not a lot to it. MJF will start pulling out some shit. You're like, oh, okay, that's really on point. So
MJF want to show you that he knows how to wrestle. That's the thing.
Right.
Like I'm not a sports entertainer. I know how to do this.
And honestly, I think he has to remind you because he does so much talking and so much heavy lifting on the mic. That you like, oh yeah, I can wrestle too. It's kind of like when you meet a woman, a nice young lady, and and she vibing with you, and she's like, oh my gosh, he's such a nice gentleman, and he does this, and he looks good, and he's tall. And he's like, zip. And she's like, oh shit, he brought dick too? Like, bam, I did, baby. To the flow. She's like, oh yeah, heaven sent. That's how MJF is like, look, y'all forgot. You thought just because I was this. He's like, oh no, I got this too. And he brought it out. And it's like, oh, okay, very fun. The ending of this match, cool. Darby Allin does a coffin drop onto, I think, Sammy, and MJF slides the title onto Sammy's chest, and then Darby lands on it. So I was like, oh great. And he tosses his ass and pins him. But like, fantastic work. They're in between there. MJF asked Sammy to lay down for him, like kind of a callback to the NWO spot. I know we're NWO heavy. Shout out to the BA show. And he was like, you know what? You need this money. Lay down for me, and you got, because Sammy did announce at the beginning of the match, him and Ty Mello are expecting a child. So congratulations on the raw sex, Sammy Guevara.
They love talking about what they do in the bedroom. I love it without saying it.
I mean,
I love it.
Is that not what everybody's doing? Anytime somebody has a pregnancy announcement, it's like, hey guys,
no. I should clarify.
Here's my sex receipt.
Right. I should clarify. This is the most tamest things that they've said about their sex life. It's usually Tay Mello is wilding out as far as things she's tweeting or inferring to on promos, and they put a microphone in her face. So yeah.
Put the mic in her face. She's like, that's how you got there in the first place. Pregnant. But no, congratulations to them. But he did not win the belt to have some big baby gold. So unfortunately, but fortunately, MJF is still our champion, the AEW title. And I thought it was a good match. So Four Pillars match delivered more than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be more hype than anything. And no, I had a lot of fun with that. And then the match that, I don't know, Dub, if you don't watch anything else, just go watch this shit. Because you got questions. And
why did that man's shoe explode?
I don't know.
Told you, man.
There was he didn't take nothing up to it. You know what it is? I found out. I remember. It was the misplaced explosion from when Moxley had to get saved by Eddie Kingston in the death match. Remember that was like
it was in Matt Jackson's shoe the whole time.
The whole time.
That makes sense.
So
that makes
complete
sense.
Oh shit!
That's where it is. Where's Mox and Eddie now?
Right.
See?
Could have been dead. How did that get there? It's like whoops.
Oh shit!
You know who loaded that shoe? The same guy that got Alec Ball. Never mind. Guys.
I mean, I was gonna say Lord Zed, but okay, yeah.
That's it. Anarchy in the arena.
Person? No.
Anarchy in the arena happened. It was fucking insane, and it might have been the most fun I had this whole pay-per-view. Undoubtedly, not might. It was the most fun I had. I was skeptical because I was like, I don't care about this shit, but they made me care because the Elite came out. Your boy Hangaman came out with eye patch on. Kenny, the Bucks, they all did their poses. The Kansas was playing. I was sold. They got me from jump.
You just really like Kansas. That's all it is.
I'm about to say.
Kansas, dog.
That's all it is, man.
Talk about it. I love it's the hype. It's the whole thing. It's pitch black. Spotlight hits them. Silhouettes. You see the Bucks posing. You see Kenny with the
intro
gun.
Before you. I know how it goes.
I don't even know what Hangman does. He's just holding up the ones because he's also a part of the bloodline somehow. We don't know yet. Long form booking, baby. And all of a sudden, carry on my own sound. Boom, boom. I was like, a minute. I lose my fucking shit. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then they come down to the ring, and I thought it couldn't get any better. Then the Blackpool Combat Club comes out of the crowd with the singers of what the fuck is a Wild Thing, Violent Night, Violent Riot. I don't know what the fuck they call it. Whoever, Violent Idols. There we go. I don't know. That must steal my night bit. But they came playing the song live. Blackpool Combat Club comes out, and they are just rock, and the shit just starts immediately. Just face punch, and the camera's just flying all over the place trying to capture all this action. It literally felt like anarchy in the best way, shape, and form. I'm like, who's kicking whose ass? I don't know. Then it just cuts. It's kind of like a super cut of wrestling. Like, you ain't got to wait for the rest holds. Soon as somebody starts doing something boring on this end, they just go to another nigga and somebody's going through a table. Somebody's catching a fucking buckshot lariat. It was so intense. I couldn't stop popping for it. I was like, this is incredible. And the whole time, these motherfucking Violent Idols or whatever is still just playing that shit. Wow. I think I love you. Wow. I'm like, this shit is so good. And then all of a sudden, the Bucks must have just got sick of that shit. They was like, this record is skipping. They gave this motherfucker an ultimate super kick party to the face. Picture perfect, beautiful. He takes the dive looking like From Dusk Till Dawn with the band playing on the guitar made out of human parts. And just, fuck you, good night. Amazing. And I was like, this is so much fun. And that was like the first 15 minutes. I didn't even mention the fucking exploding Jordan 1. I didn't mention the fact that Hangman and Kenny were just outnumbered and just getting their ass beat, but they were like, you know what, brother, I got you, brother. They just turned into double dragons and just started beating the shit out of everybody in the Blackpool Combat Club before just getting executed. I didn't mention fucking thumbtacks. Oh my God, the thumbtack spot, worst thumbtack spot ever that I've ever seen. And when I say worst, I mean best. Most violent shit. They put thumbtacks in a motherfucker's mouth and hit him with a Hadouken. Knocked the fucking Sonic coins out his mouth. Incredible. That. Let me regain my composure. BA, you got anything else to add to this?
I was about to say, after E-Ray gets done cleaning up, Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
I agree with the sentiments of my comrade E-Ray.
Finally.
It was a fire match. It was definitely a way to close out a show for sure. Not gonna lie, when I saw the Wild Thing band and saw Mr. Blackface right on my TV screen, I had to double look, clutch my pearls, like, hey baby, look at this shit. I had to call my wife in the room, like, y'all, you see what they doing on this shit?
Baby, you see this shit? You see this shit?
Right. You think Vince McMahon booking this or something? I was like, that shit was wild. It definitely took me.
It was a wild thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I hate you.
But I don't follow that music. I don't know nothing about this band. So I was like, this is some shit they normally do. Somebody probably should have said, hey, bruh, you should probably wear the white mask tonight.
Right. You know what? I know it's Blackpool Combat.
You see them AKs over there that just got in the corner? I'm sure they're not going to sign off on that, bruh. Or at least remove the red off your face. Right. But
wear a different color.
Yeah. I understand it's Blackpool, but let's be smart.
Like, you know what? I'm a wild thing.
Yeah, he is, boy. I'm sure his Twitter timeline went wild Saturday night, but regardless, outside of that, just like I think the staple of the Anarchy in Arena match, it works for me. It worked last year. I love that they kept it a buck with the Wild Thing just playing for no reason. It was the theme song last year. This year they had the actual band just playing it, so they keeping the bit going.
And it kept going until he got executed.
It just matches, and I hope that Mox has to be like involved in these matches every Double or Nothing now. Like that sucks for him until he changes his theme music, because it's like it's a thing now. Yeah, man, that's the beauty of these Anarchy and Arena matches. Like, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Every time the camera goes to different people fighting, it's just people going crazy in the crowd, out of the crowd, backstage, fucking up band members, exploding J's. StockX, stop this madness. I don't know, but yeah, man. As far as I'm concerned,
when he bought it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kenny probably hooked him up from the. He was like, "Hey, I got you."
These ain't made in China. These made in Taiwan.
Why ain't the jump man? Why the jump man looking like a Shaq man? Because they not real.
Why the jump man holding a rifle? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
That ain't Michael Jordan.
Right. Poison. But no, you ain't like this. To me, in my opinion, if we're gonna talk about this card, this is match of the night for me.
Easily.
Because it was just what I expect from AEW, not in a bad way. If I'm gonna cut this on, I want to see the chaos, the carnage. Give me all the ridiculousness. And yeah, that's what it brought to me, man. So this match I actually did enjoy quite a bit.
Two things I need to say, and then we'll open it up for quick questions, then we're moving on. By God, that freaking craziness that was the tax spot. They did like an atomic drop, and I think after, was it Matt or Nick? I can't remember who. After Jay exploded, he took his shoe off. He got called like an atomic drop or something right onto the tax. So his whole heel, silver, whole heel, just looking like he won second place. That shit was crazy. and then he got heel hooked by fucking DB. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Tapping. And then somebody caught a stunner or some shit face first into the tax, a cutter right into the tax. And then they took tax and poured them into Matt or Nick's mouth, I can't remember. And then just Hadouken! And the motherfucker just flew up, and I was like, oh my God. That was incredible. I've never seen nothing like that. And it wasn't gratuitous deathmatch nasty. It was incredible. I was like, this is dope. So I was excited about that. Dub, before we leave AEW, guys, just remember, y'all got a full like 33 minutes of AEW talk. Dub, any questions besides the exploding J? I think it came from Taiwan.
Yeah, like where do they go after this match? Like, are they
go
done
anywhere
with each other? Like, is this forever beef now?
I mean, if there's ever a moment to be on site, if you put some fucking you sprinkle
some tax in my mouth, yeah,
right?
Like,
if you sprinkle some tax in my mouth, like you topping off a sundae, and then uppercut me like Street Fighter 6, we got a problem. I think it's on site.
That's why
forever.
I'm asking, like, where do we go from here? This definitely doesn't feel like a blow off. This feels like, again, a start to forever beef. This is Liu Kang and Shang Tsung at this point. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Bison and Guile.
Bloods.
You would think, but I don't know. I think just because like the Anarchy in the Arena match from last year didn't like it. Pretty much was kind of like they just went off into different stuff. And from what I can see from Dynamite tonight so far, I think these groups are moving on from this. In all honesty,
I think that is the ultimate blow off. Is like attempted murder. I guess apparently
that is what a blow off is. As we move on into the next company, we do see some depictions of people almost dying this weekend.
All right, well, guys, that has been AEW Double or Nothing. I hope you enjoyed that. I tried my best. I know my comrades were they were a little hard on it. I tried to pick them up, but now to shit that they love, we go into NXT Battleground.
Yeah.
A 6-match card instead of 11 matches.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So we sneak that in the middle. Guys, I need to know. Actually, before don't even matter. BA, let me know. Give me a ranking for Battleground. What was your ranking?
Like letter grade?
Yep.
Going through the card in my mind.
When you finish watching
I'd give it. I felt like it was a B+ show.
Solid.
It wasn't terrible matches. It wasn't like super amazing. There was one really amazing match. couple great matches and a couple matches where you expected things to happen as they should. So with the one match kind of going over my expectations of what I was gonna see, the B+. But if that match wasn't super amazing, I would have gave it a B.
Okay. Dub.
I'm gonna give it an A. I love this card from top to bottom, and then like things happened on this card that I didn't expect, so I appreciated that even more. So it gets an A for me, 100%.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you lead this one because you're the highest on it. I give it like a B-. So, Dub, lead us off. Take us into.
So we start this amazing card off.
He's so excited.
Right.
With
that's some bullshit.
Something
Right.
that NXT does better than anybody else.
DM this man how much of a hater he is, AEW fans. If y'all out
Facts.
there, if you exist and listen to the show.
Let me book pod and say Dub's a bitch. Nah, just fun. Don't do that. 'Cause he might
I
have
want
to
all
fight.
the smoke. I want all the smoke. Street Profit style. Anyways, we start this card off with something that I think NXT does better than just about anybody else, and that is triple threat matches. Wesley, Taker on of all comers, pause. Defeats Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy via pinfall.
All the comers, newcomers, old comers.
I loved everything about this match, like the back and forth between Tyler, Gacy getting his stuff in, pause.
Never nothing to say in a Bukak Lee match.
The finish, if you will.
That's wild,
Wesley jumping past Joe Gacy off to the top rope to take out Tyler Bate.
Fire.
Coming back in, hitting Gacy with that cardiac kick. I was like, this is just fun. This is what wrestling's supposed to be. I mean, BA, I know you were really waiting for Gacy to get the W on this one, but am I right on this one?
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
chose him to retain. BA.
I thought he was, and don't tell me I wasn't nervous that he was about to. Like the thought didn't cross y'all mind at a point in this match, because it crossed mine. I mean, at the way it was booked, and the way the match happened, I honestly thought Tyler Bate should have won. Just the way the match played out, but
Same.
it is what it is. They want Bukak Lee to continue his love of taking on all comers. So
All the time.
hey, man.
Hey, he's a master.
Ray,
at what he
any
does.
different thoughts there?
Actually, I'm gonna agree with BA. I thought the way the match was going, I was like, oh, Tyler might be taking this, and I'm happy for it. When I seen Joe Gacy, and well, I guess that's my other thing, I didn't enjoy Joe Gacy in this match at all. I felt
Really?
like he was out of place.
I feel like he was the
hate him.
anchor.
I did too.
Yeah, but his ring attire, he started with the ring attire, dog. Looked like he was wearing a big ass diaper.
You don't like his ring attire.
You just don't like big niggas, man. That's all.
No, I don't. Like,
Don't be hating on the big man. Me and Dub like, hey man, it
Bad
wasn't
nigga
that bad.
season.
Right,
Bad
man.
nigga season.
Hating ass.
hey, can't relate.
I hate
Peloton
this
Poppy
episode.
out here. Anywho, I just didn't like the big diaper Gacy. I didn't like The Rock's daughter looking like schism juice. She was like, I don't know what to do with myself, and they just felt weird. They didn't have GYV with them at all. It just was blah, and he just didn't fit. I love the no pun intended. I loved the double cardiac kick. I thought that was one of the best spots of the match. That shit was incredible because he, unlike the 5-way match where he kind of missed it, this match he laid out for that bitch and caught both of them niggas on the head like, I loved it. I was like, that was incredible. Also, yeah, him jumping past Gacy out of the ring at Tyler Bate, fantastic. Tyler Bate moveset, and this is a pause in advance, but dude's thighs are ridiculous. Like his physique is incredible. And sorry, yeah, I'm hating on fat niggas because Tyler Bate's the man. So I was like, I need him to win that belt. I was ready for it. I would have been fine if he did. And then the finish. I thought the finish was a little sour. It was a little soft for me. After y'all did all that crazy shit, to end it with Joe Gacy doing this fat hand press, and then slowing down for the cardiac kick. It just was ill-timed. It didn't look as clean, but it was over. So I was like, that's fine.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think we just unlocked the E-Ray's like silent but not silent hate of anyone that's over the weight of 220 or 30 pounds. It seems. Jeez.
As never mind.
I was about to say.
I'm not even gonna go there. It don't even matter, guys. It just wasn't. It wasn't. As the women
still
say,
his character from heavyweights.
For real.
As the women said, it just wasn't given what it should have gave. So yeah, it was cool. It didn't do it for me. But
all right. So next up on this card, I have a question for both of you guys. I need you to get out your wrestling bingo cards. Got them out? Mm-hmm. Did you guys have Noam Dar leading a stable of black people on your 2023 wrestling bingo card?
Wait, question. Can I have wrote it in as a free space because soon as I seen them come out, I had a tweet. My tweet was Noam his look like his heritage was from LA and his cup was filled with gin and juice. The braids, he had the Nipsey braids. That should have been a telltale sign right there.
That he had Jakar on last back there braiding his hair.
Yes, because I'm like, usually come out
a cup of gin and juice. He was sitting on the porch.
The Heritage Cup got set out. He was ashing. They was ashing out in the Heritage Cup. Yeah, I was like, it felt that way to me.
Noam Dar definitely smokes Black and Miles. I can't explain it, but he definitely smokes Black and Miles.
Absolutely.
I'm okay with it.
The better question is, can he freak him though? Is the question. That's the real side of the culture.
He ain't got to.
Anybody can smoke a Black and Miles, but can
he got
Jakar right there. Yeah.
That's a good
Jakar definitely can freak a Black and Miles. Let me chill out. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So British rounds rules match for the NXT Heritage Cup. Rounds are a minute apiece.
Mm-hmm.
They end via pinfall or submission or time ending. Dragon Lee was his opponent. Dragon Lee and Dijak have to stop taking L's. But we'll get to that. Nathan Frazier's in Dragon Lee's corner, even though the vignettes with Nathan Frazier seemed like they were pushing him heel.
Right.
And I don't know if he sees Noam Dar as on site and fuck that guy. But again, another good match. I don't know, but I liked it, and the ending is what did it for me. When Jakar and Lash came out, I was like, oh, okay, this is weird. And then when they all got together in the ring at the end, I was like, I kind of love this. I kind of love this. BA, did you love this as much as I did? Because I can see E-Ray's eyes right now. He hated it. He don't like seeing that white man with his black queens.
I mean, shit. It ain't bother me that much. Like he kind of he looked the part is all I could say. Yeah, and like I said, as to talk about just a Heritage Cup style of match, and to involve the way they booked that out, like the bullshit Noam Dar was doing in between bells and shit. I thought that was a cool touch. I had never seen a match like that because I absolutely never watched NXT UK.
Yeah,
so
me neither.
Yeah, okay, but
2 out of 3 ain't bad, huh?
It wasn't bad. It was not bad match at all. But yeah, the fact he was getting carried out on his shoulders by 2 black women, not on the bingo card. Just like Arn Anderson eating someone's thumb, not on the bingo card this year, amongst other things that have happened, just the halfway point, not even the halfway point through this year. Yeah, it didn't bother me as much as it may have bothered others. Is all I'm gonna say.
E-Ray, go ahead, go full Hotep on this one. Go ahead, you got it.
No, I'm not even going there. I'm gonna surprise you. Dragon Lee's entrance is incredible. This motherfucker freezes time and space, and I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Threw me off. I was like, what is happening?
He throws a low blow or a body shot to a man in the gut, and he disintegrates like fucking Thanos. Just punches, it snaps him out of existence. I was like, that's incredible. That's like the best thing I've seen in a while. And then Dragon League. I was like, that's fire. Love that. That's a great touch. Much like BA, I had no idea what a Heritage Cup match was or what the rules were. But watching it, I was like, I like this. For some reason, to me, it's a little bit cleaner and more entertaining than a pure rules match. Now, I don't know why. Everything that I do not like about a pure rules match, I end up liking about this match. I like the little short breaks in between, like how people be kind of gassed and tired, and then they go back and start wrestling again. I was like, I don't even know what I'm watching, but it keeps me entertained for some reason. So I was rocking with it.
Because to me, like the pure rules match, it kind of insults your intelligence as a pro wrestling fan. Like, oh, this is all just graps. And you're like, no, that's not why I watch this shit. Yeah. British Rounds rules, they're like, yeah, no, you can throw hands in this shit. You throw some hands, you can't get disqualified. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
No punching. I was like, wait, what?
That's why you like when Norm Dar was like, hit him with that back elbow. He's like, I just didn't hear the bell. I didn't hear the bell. I was like, damn it.
That's the thing. And originally, so when it comes to the pure rules matches, it's like it's ingrained in our brains since, I don't know, almost 20 years now, since Nitro was out, that before you can do a special move, you punch. You got punch.
True.
Oh, the person gets dizzy. Now you grapple. Now you do the special move. You can't just grapple. Like, that don't make sense. He's gonna reverse it on me. So instinctually, we can't watch pure rules without like, where's the punching? I need to see somebody get punched in the face. Now this, on the other hand, it's just like, it's kind of like boxing, but it's a elevated level of wrestling. So it's like, okay, wrestling, then get a corner guy, like, oh, and it's 2 out of 3 falls. It just adds a little bit to the mystique. I thought that was a fun touch. So I really enjoyed this match. Unlike you guys, I did not like the ending though. Noam Dar, he did come out with his gin and juice look. I thought he was Nipsey Dar, and I was like, all right, that's cool. But I was like, I didn't need Lash Legend or Jakar coming out. Like, what is this? But if they do something with it, that's fine. Exactly. That's all. Yeah, it's just something to do. That's fine. But for it to just come out of nowhere, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. So again, I reserve judgment. I don't take points away from it. I just didn't love it. So I was like, it's fine. But the match itself won me over. So still good in my book. Still good.
Yeah. Jakara and Lash have been tagging on Level Up. From what I've heard, I never watched that either. But
fucking liar.
Dub has all this shit on DVR.
Yes.
But yeah,
he was watching it and putting bay. He was like, look, he was like, Dub, I would love to suck. Get out of my face. I'm trying to watch fucking Level Up. I got work to do. Get out.
E-Rating is a soundbite by Tuesday.
Right.
Out of here. Like, leave me alone, married white woman. Get out of here.
Mary.
Like, I like to bite. Go to your husband. You sinner. Get out of my face.
Adulteress.
Oh man. Pudding Bay. Don't ever go, but go a lot. From one dragon to another, Ilya Dragunov defeated Dijak in a last man standing match.
Yes.
And
Dragunov.
if I can think of one word to describe this match, violence.
Pain.
Oh. Yeah, pain. Yeah, there you go. E-Ray, I'm gonna start off with you as our resident Blade 3 expert. How did you feel about this match?
I loved it. It was everything that I wanted. It started off so intense. I didn't even catch it. I think I was getting ready to like eat or something. My girl was like, oh my God, did you see that? Turn it back. I was like, what just happened? Dijak starts. White Blade comes out with his interest. And then all of a sudden he's just yelling at some random child. Some parents hold up their child like,
get them out of here.
Get them out of here. They don't need to see this. I was like, shit, this is about to be crazy.
I love it.
And then Dragunov.
Vic Joseph definitely saved that by saying like, yeah, those are his kids. I said, oh, okay.
That was incredible. And I was so happy. And then Dragunov comes out, fucking tuning the band up, the maestro. And I was like, oh, this is about to be great. And fucking bell run, they just went at each other. Carnage, like I hadn't seen in a long time. I enjoyed all the abuse, the body sentons, and fucking pump kicks, just insanity. And then for Dragunov to end it just by jumping on Dijak's brains. Hey, take this paralyzer. Like, oh god damn.
He said bye-bye.
I loved it.
And then for Dragunov to stand up at 9, and then as soon as the 10 goes off, then fall back down.
Oh yeah, that's what put it over for me.
Yeah,
like, match of the night. I don't care what happens after this match.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how you blow. That's how you end the feud.
He jumped on Dijak's brain and put his elbow and chair, his head between the elbow and chair combination, and just and Dijak did. Dijak did. He did.
I do want to remind you guys that we all picked Dijak to win that match. Because Dijak has to stop losing soon, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you play roulette and you see 30 or 15 straight black hits, and you're just like, it's got to turn red at some point. Yeah.
Like just Dijak and Dragon Lee have to both like stop losing soon. I don't know.
Joe Gacy and
I don't know what Joe Gacy he can keep losing.
I don't know. Y'all just made me hate. E-Ray made me hate Joe Gacy without even knowing I hated him. Like I'm like, ugh, I don't want to like him. He is wearing a diaper.
I
was fat. Just like the diaper take. I was just like, I guess he did, but like he was like
cringe.
A big baby.
I don't like his ring gear, but like everything else about Gacy is money.
His gimmick don't bother me, but yes, sorry.
Yeah, but moving on.
I never sent her to Schism Street. Just saying. Yo, it's E-Ray, the quasi bad guy, the Diet Coke of evil, the side god of pod, and I'm here to tell y'all, come check out my show, Binge Flicks and Chill. You never know what you're gonna get, but we always talking some good shit when it comes to television and the latest movies. So we want to bring y'all in. We want to make sure you have a good time. You learn something, you laugh, you cry, you might stab a nigga or two. I don't know what you're gonna get, but that shit is popping. So come check out Binge Flicks and Chill. And it's me, E-Ray, and I'm out.
I would just like to remind you guys one more time that Gallus Boys on top.
Gallus Boys, who cares? That's kind of how I feel about the Gallus Boys.
Can we talk about it?
Let's talk about it. Dub, I've been trying, man. I've been trying to like buy into these dudes. Nope. I'm like, I keep falling towards E-Ray. Like, I don't understand what they're saying. I don't care. All they do is sit around bars and talk shit until you understand. Gallus Boys on top. Gallus Boys on top. Okay, sure. That's all I get from their shit, man.
Gallus Boys on top.
I was low key like, I hope the Creed brothers win, so I don't have to hear this bullshit on my TV.
And the performance that the Creed,
they did a good
Julius,
job.
Man, somebody get this. If ever there was somebody who needed a stable of black bitches around them, Julius. And
they got to go through Ivy Nile. I don't know if Ivy Nile's gonna allow that. The Diamond Mine.
as I'm not a huge advocate of Swirl Nation, but if this man had to get it off, I'm
Dr. Umar here or E-Ray?
Yes,
Dr. Uray.
Dr. Uray. Yes.
Swirl business.
Donations. Suplexes.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Julius went insane. Kip up, German, kip up, German, kip up, German. It was just nuts. The spot that he did, I'm like, that was like 6 kip ups and German suplexes.
Those
I'm like,
freaks, man.
He took his fucking thing off. I was like, this dude is fucking winning me over. Then every time they hold up a mic, he sounds like MGK or somebody. Like one of those white rappers, Jack Harlow. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's gonna get a singles push.
I was like, whoa, Julius, turn the captions off. It's on site when I see this nigga. Whoa, relax. But no, I enjoy the Creed brothers. They are so money that I'm honestly like, man, they need to go on. They need to go to the main roster because I can't see them. They are pushing Gallus, and Gallus is so not interesting. They are
I just
so
don't care.
boring.
I've been trying to care. I promise, Dub. I've tried. I'm
you
like,
win me over with either your mic work or your ring work. Gallus is -2.
it's just there. There's nothing to get. Like, it's like they're just. I've seen the bar gimmick before,
and it's like the wrestling isn't like the wrestling is just like it's hard hitting, but it doesn't have like the fluidity that I love. It's not like a Pretty Deadly. It's not like a high low, like a smaller guy and a bigger guy. It's just brawlish. It's like brutish, and I'm like, I already get enough of that, but a better version of that with the Brawling Brutes. I don't care about this. And they're the champions, so it's just hard for me to like it. So, Dub, tell me why this was your match of the night.
I'm not gonna say it was my match of the night, but I could watch Gallus and the Creed brothers have matches for the rest of forever. They just seem to work so well together, and that's partly due to because like Gallus is just so slow and brooding. And the Creed brothers, they're just freak athletes. Like when Brutus isn't missing that Brutus bomb, it's one of the coolest things to watch on television. Yeah, I was so proud of him. And then Julius Angle, I mean, he out there just working.
Julius Angle.
Yeah, I don't know how many perks he popping, but he just be out there ready for work.
You got him from Jakara, so.
Allegedly, let's not get sued. But I wasn't mad with Gallus winning. I do want to see them add another tag team in it because obviously they're not going to put the belts on the Schism. They just going to have them guys keep getting title shots until they quit. But
yeah, they're there to make tag teams better until they leave. Period.
Yeah,
that's it.
Make GYV a thing again.
They tried to make it a thing again.
Can we get hats to say that? Let me book the territory.
We should.
Red hats, just like make GYV great again.
I'm here for it.
But yeah, I would love for them like to add a third tag team into this mixture of these teams.
Can we?
I'm
sorry. Can we also make a T-shirt that for bet purposes that Dub has to wear if he loses like another major pay-per-view poll or anything like that? The next event we go to, he has to wear "No Swirl in This World" shirt.
And can we get it like air? Can we make it airbrush like we used to do T-shirts back in the day?
Like it's an ice cream cone. It's an ice cream cone with like vanilla and chocolate swirling, and it's just a big like sensor
big old,
red neck. Like, yeah, I would love that.
Jesus Christ, you gotta be terrible.
No, can't have it. Okay.
Dr. E. Raymar.
Dr. Emar.
But speaking of swirls,
Germans donation.
Speaking of swirls, guys, it is Tiffy time.
Ooh,
she got her crowning moment as she defeated Lyra Valkyria in what was a much better match than I thought it was going to be. E-Ray, I know you sent out the text like right after that match started. I was in the pool with strippers. Tell me what you thought about that match watching it live.
My first thought was, Dub, did you get your shots? And then shortly after, I was like, oh yeah, there's no shot to cure what you got. I forgot. I was like, damn it, Dub got to be careful out here. I was like, you got to wear like a man fanny. But other than that, I thought the match was better than I expected. It did its job because it actually I came into the match thinking there is no way Lyra Valkyria is winning this belt. Not at fucking all.
Felt the same way.
As the match continued to go on and she started doing stuff and she started working the leg, all her legs hurting, selling the gimmick, I started to believe like, could they possibly push her to the top? Like that would be crazy. Because I feel like this
she was a title contender in NXT UK from what I've heard.
Or so we've heard.
Or so he's watched with his own eyes. Bloodshot in a dark room.
3 a.m. A-Dub's house. 3 a.m.
like Law and Order.
The Gallus match is over. It's time for a Lyra Valkyria match against Blair Davenport. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, the boys
For all the wrong reasons.
Right.
Hey, the boys on top.
Like, why is it nothing but Blue Chew wrappers and Code Red bottles everywhere?
Right.
Bloods and Crips.
Right. Arn Anderson. Everywhere.
Man. Okay. Back on track here. BA. E-Ray, will you finish with your take? No, I guess
that's all I had. Dub is just, don't you silence me, Dub. It's over. He silenced me. Go ahead, BA. What you got?
To y'all points, that match did go harder than what I expected. I knew, and I'm sure everyone else knew, kind of watching and in this podcast, that the Epiphanies was gonna epiphanize, and they did. She did. So Tiffany did what she was supposed to do.
No.
So yeah, Booker T was probably the funniest thing in the match to me, as usual. Booker T, I felt like it was a rocket, and he just went up to the moon when Tiffany won that title.
He was definitely a rocket.
You would have.
He was taking off.
You would have thought she wrestled in Reality of Wrestling with Roxanne the way he thought that. I thought he trained her the way he was acting. So no, trained her like in wrestling, guys. Okay, but yes.
I love that people can't. This is an audio podcast, so when we just don't say nothing, I just had
to say it. I just had to say it in case the listeners inferred other things, because things can always be inferred on this audio media we're on. So yeah, I will be quiet now. And Tiffany Stratton won because he was supposed to. Back to you, E-Ray.
Oh man.
So that was going to be my question. I wanted to ask: do y'all think that Tiffany should have won? Did they make the right call in this case?
Yes. If it wasn't gonna do it the way I booked it with Cora and Roxanne, then yes,
they definitely didn't.
Yeah, boy, did they?
Yeah, it was time to put the rocket on her. They tried the Roxanne thing. It was cool for a minute. They know they got a steady hand with her for the next 30 years. Cora's gonna have her shot, but Tiffany, like, they struck fire. But what was interesting about Tiffany is her promo on Tuesday. She struggled.
That was tough, man. I felt bad for her.
This is why I was saying maybe it was too early. So I didn't feel the same. I thought, in a pinch.
I know you're a big Lyra Valkyria fan. I totally get it.
Listen, not even. But at the moment, I thought, okay, well,
doing that shit with her face.
I was like, I don't get
my journey. Had 3 steps.
I didn't get
fresh out of Lord
I
of the
feel like
Rings.
there's like a witchcraft goth chick requirement on NXT 2.0.
Right.
Because Elbow Fire and Isla Dawn now on the main roster.
Right.
They're like, you got to keep the golf circle filled in. This segmentation, people love this shit. So we got to keep a character that's golf focused here. So, yeah. Yep.
Right. You're right. I agree 1,000%. The golf, it's filled. The quota is filled. So, but I was just thinking, I don't know if Tiffany is ready. But the thing is, I don't know if Tiffany is ready because I even though she grew, and I had this discussion on Twitter, even though she's grown in many ways, I just don't know if it was enough to put the title on her yet. Versus Lyra Valkyria, I think she's been in that spot, maybe not necessarily the most prominent, but she's been in that spot somewhat since Dub told us. And it's as a baby face, you just can baby face it up. As a heel, you kind of got to win people over. And I know it sounds like it should be vice versa, but technically as a baby face, we don't expect you to do nothing cool. We just like, all right, you're the good guy, so you just do good shit. You said Braun held that bitch for a minute being a good guy. And we was like, fuck this. But he did. So you could have put Lyra on there and fine and let her go against some heels and etc. Especially because you lost Zoe Stark and etc. But I think Tiffany, it just felt a little big for her. The stage felt a little too big for her. But fortunately for her, she is a heel, so she always can lean into like some of the worst shit, and it will make her more entertaining. So shout out to her. New champion, Tiffany Stratton.
And she'll get better.
I sure hope so, but I believe it's possible. Now can we get to the last match, because we need to hit the largest card of them all.
Are you talking about my homie
Timothy
Hayes, future Hall of Famer,
and his man's. I gotta be careful. I can't even turn on my TV no more, because whenever Trick Williams is on TV, my girl start percolating. I'm like, listen here.
Oh, she loves some Trick Willie.
Like the only
E-Ray gave her the Eddie K look. Like
gave her the Ike Turner. The only Willie you getting, it ain't tricky at all. It's sticky.
You know, Stick Willie. Sticky Willie.
He already stole my interest. He stole my intro. He can't steal my woman as well. So
yeah, no NXT for E-Ray. For sure. No live NXT for E-Ray.
It's cool. I let
her
her
be at the SummerSlam Day party. E-Ray gonna be just looking around for Trick Williams.
Hell yeah.
Where you
at? I'm him. Nah, it's fine. I let her have it, because I have my faves. So I was like, we've already been in the presence of
Hank Dolan.
Yeah, them Dolans, and yeah,
I feel you. No, I feel you. VA's the same way when Nikita come around. I get it.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
Huh?
I did see she was training today. I did see a training pic, but we won't say anything about it. I saw it on YouTube. I didn't even see it on Twitter. It's a YouTube. I
saw it on Twitter.
On YouTube.
Anywho, no. Carmelo Hayes versus Big Braun, meaner than evil Breaker.
The best heel in NXT right now. That's right, Dub. The best heel in NXT.
Oh, how many heels are in NXT?
We ain't talking about that. Give the man his credit. There's not a lot. It all
Gacy.
Scripts.
His street name. That's my street name. My mama called me Reggie.
No, don't call me Reggie. Call me Scripps. That's what they call
Boy's
me.
name was Reggie. Streets. He was born Reggie. I'm gonna call him Reggie.
What streets? He was in the Cirque du Soleil. The Blue Man Group was calling you that? They don't even talk.
He said he took a street to get to the Cirque du Soleil shows, so I'm from the streets, damn it.
Look, Braun Breaker came out. Gear was fire. Loved the gear. Could have did without the saying on the back, or it should have been meaner than ever, not meaner than evil.
Yeah, that was whack.
But
you gotta talk to his uncle more.
Yeah, the mask presentation, the tears in the jacket, I thought that was all hard. Great job. Carmelo Hayes came out, hometown, Boston guy. Too bad Jason Tatum was gonna let you down. Would have known that if you listened to my group chat, Carmelo, but other people want to deny.
Your group chat wouldn't even listen to you about that, but
exactly. But look, when I pull up those receipts, they got no choice. Anywho, it's just one of those things. Carmelo Hayes comes out looking like $1 million, and dare I say this match was Braun Breaker's best match, or close. Yeah. Better, because again, their first match I thought was his best. So this one,
I thought this one was better.
I have to agree. I thought it was better.
1A, 1B. I don't know. I gotta watch it back, because I really popped for that first one. It was incredible. This one, I thought it was well paced. Carmelo he gets it. I love Braun Breaker's presentation. Again, heel Braun with not all that colorful bullshit on. But I will say one thing. sans the match at all, this did make me think. Incredible match, by the way. This made me want to have a much better title. Change that title. Get that rainbow shit off of there. Shout out to that community. Has nothing to do with that. I just don't like. I remember the original black and gold title. Shit was fire. With the 2.0 rebrand, they rebranded the title. I think that was a bad idea, but fine. Branding matters. Hey, guess what? It's no longer 2.0. Change that shit.
It's like 3.5 at this point.
Right. You got like a whole nother champion that don't even like, even with Braun, at least he was like colorful with that. Carmelo Hayes ain't that. You could have gave him the purple LA strap. It's so many cool things you can do with the belt, but just change it from that goofy colored shit. I hate it. It makes me mad.
I think if we get a long title run out of him, you'll get some reiterations of that belt, possibly, like to make it more him. No pun intended. But
I like that.
Yeah, I just don't know though. Like they haven't done it with anybody, albeit not many people have held the new 2.0 title outside of like Braun and Dolph, maybe, and maybe Tommaso, or he just fought for it and then he got sent up. Yeah,
no, Tommaso had it, and okay, Braun took it from him.
So there's your. That could be another reason why too. They don't have a lot of people have held it, but in the same breath, devil's advocate to my own point, that's even more reason for them to make some unique shit. So I agree with you.
By you arguing your own point, we're not paying you more. I'll just let you know.
Damn it. So I get more free.
Right.
More free for me.
Victory is mine. I don't know what else to say about this, man. It delivered. It was what I thought about it.
I got a question in closing. If nobody else has anything to say about it, okay. I think that we can send Bron Breakker to the main roster now. I think he served his purpose. No, don't even Dub. I see you.
You did this. You brought this upon yourself.
I see you. But the reason why I'm saying this is because after this feud, because he did what he was supposed to do, make Carmelo look strong as a champ, kind of flip him from the heel to the baby face now. He can go be a heel in the main roster. I don't know what. I'm sure Dub has his own ideas and thoughts, but now I don't see him being in this space anymore. Dub, I'm gonna go to you because you got quite a bit to say after this statement.
I just want to say that makes 2 times this week Dub was right.
Oh God, this got sick to my stomach.
Because you know what? I said they should have did this after Sand Deliver. But they wanted to keep him around a little bit longer. But the moment they put him back into this feud, I was like, all right, he's going to lose again. And now you just got to get him the fuck up out of here.
It's time.
Yeah, you could have done it earlier, but I get it. Draft, you don't want to obviously draft him and try to like elevate him to the top of the card. He needs to go to the main roster, be somebody's heavy, preferably Dolph Ziggler.
I said make him a free agent.
We'll talk about the invasion of the free agents in a second.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He just has to go because what's he going to do? Take Noam Dar's Heritage Cup?
And his bitches. No.
And his bitches? Oh, I would love that. Yeah. Braun takes the bitches in the cup. And then Julius Creed takes the bitches in the cups from Braun Breakker.
That's another thing I got to say. When they was showing them walk into the arena, I need Bron Breakker to fight somebody staring at him in the back like his uncle would have. Scott Steiner would have absolutely beat up nerds looking at him in the back. That's what I need out of Bron. We're going to be a heel. Bron
Breakker to survive the NXT parking lot attack.
Yeah, that'll show.
You got to be that type of bad guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of parking lot attacks, can we say Dub was right? Dub was right. Dub was right.
We're not supposed to be talking about the shows of the week, and we all said this. We all was like, what's her name? Oh yeah, we forgot, and then you remembered the name, so technically you were right, but technically
and you got your props on Twitter. We'll move on. The world knows you were right. Yes.
Blair Davenport is back. She's the one that's been attacking everybody. I said it's probably her once I really looked at it, and I was like, you know what, she ain't been on TV in a while.
Was not excited. I know they were booing her, and it was like, yay, we got boos, we got a reaction. but they were booing her because just like I and my significant other were saying on the couch, maybe it's, Lamanda Rose back. I was like, nah. I was like, nah, she's still shaking
that
ass.
Legal heat.
She's still shaking ass, but
she got that legal heat.
Yeah, she's still showing ass. But when Davenport came out, it was like, yuck. And he was like, all right, well, there you go.
Yeah, they didn't do a good enough job of like establishing her before she went away. Like she just had that one, was a triple threat with Roxanne and Mako, and then she was gone. I don't know if she got hurt or what, but I mean, I'll tell you this much: she can go.
Yeah, she can go home.
You might hate her because, like, she has an accent as well. But
hey, hold on! Don't make me xenophobic. That's not what we're doing here. I was like, it's not her. I was like, again, she just has been established as a character. I think she'll be a perfect heel. She'll fill the void of Isla Dawn, etc. We need that golf quota field. So that's 2. We got 2. I'm fine with that. But other than that, it's just I don't know enough. But I'll be fine with it, especially because now Tiffy done won the title. All the hoes on her ass. All the hoes jocking, be steady knocking. She's like, oh shit. Electra Lopez came out there. All the chicks came out. I was like, oh, they want to beat your ass. So I thought they would have beat Blair Davenport because some of them people got jumped by her. So I was like,
they probably should.
Some people more than once.
So I was like, well, that's interesting. But I digress. Yeah. Anything else that we need to say about that so we can get into the main?
Danny Palmer's promo was so bad.
Man. I mean, it was all into the bad presentation of Blair Davenport. So,
yeah. Bro, that killed the whole segment.
It was clunky, like some Tinker Toys clunky.
I'm not saying I watch Level Up every week, but they need to send her back to Level Up.
So Dub's Friday nights can be complete.
Saturday morning. Saturday morning.
Stop giving everybody a mic.
Saturday morning.
Look, she got the hoots. She got the moves. Let her work.
The hoots.
The hoots and the
Hooty hoo.
Hooty hoo. That's the code for the killers.
That's all I need. Let's keep it real. It's like Arby's. They got the meats. NXT, we got the hoots. Fine, great. Watching it.
I
done.
Can't deny that take.
I don't need nothing.
Burger's pretty good. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't need any mic work from you. Just stay off of it because it wasn't good. But I digress. We're done with that. Let's get to my card of the weekend. NOC, as we affectionately termed it, Brunch of Champions, guys.
Tapioca Brunch of Champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
tapioca.
Dub and Bay.
Dub and Bay.
Dub and Bay.
That's right.
Guys,
I was in full Godfather mode out there.
Let's make this quick. Let's not drag this on too much, but we got Night of Champions to talk about. I asked BA for the last one. Dub, I need you to start off. What was your rank or your rating for this entire card?
B+.
BA, what you got?
That's funny you say B+. I was gonna go. I'm gonna go the A route. I thought it was an A show, in my opinion. Yes,
flip
I thought it was funny.
All right, Freeway got the hood on smash.
Kind of look like Freeway, so I'll take it.
E-Ray does look like PD Crack.
One's for PD Crack and two.
They told me PD for CZ. The back goes
Young Gunner and 4 for free. Sorry.
I wish
early 2000s Rockefeller always get a
that
pop.
make you who, Dub?
Does that make me Young Chris?
No.
Not
Young Chris, not Neef, not Buck, not you just keep going. Go to random guy in state prop. Just wearing the clothes.
Oskino? Sparks?
I give nope. even though Nori was kind of like not attached, I give you Nori, Dub. You beat Nori.
I mean, he did have a bitch up for every day of the week in state property too.
There you go, Nori.
Tuesday, what you calling me for? It's Friday.
There you go.
I'll take it.
Dub is Nori.
All right. Well, now we got that established.
W.
Night of Champions. Started off with a bang. I will say I could have used a little bit of order change, but for the most part, I loved it. They started out
classic.
Started out hot with the
instant classic
big gold BBL edition. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles.
Can I say something real quick?
You're dying to. Go for it.
I am. So
premature eruption.
BA, you know the Blue Marlin. You know the Blue Marlin quite well.
Yes.
So my buddy Mike, he has one of those Samsung flip phones, a super droid, if you will.
Yeah.
A Gundam of droid phones.
E-Ray's biggest arch nemesis.
Right. They all combined together.
He flipped that shit open. It sounded like Wing Zero.
Where's the old spark? The fuck is
Just
this?
a green aura pops around it.
Anyways, he cuts on this match, and like me and him are like, it's like hot tub bitches this match, hot tub bitches this match, like just going back and forth. And he finally decides to cut his phone off, and I'm like, all right, I'll catch the rest of it later. 2 seconds later, the DJ starts the ass shaking contest of putting back. I looked at my friends, and I said, yo, this might be the best moment of my life. I got to watch fire ass match, got to see some ass shaking. Shit was great. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that's how my Saturday started. It was beautiful. One thug tear rolled down my eye as I saw Cheeks just clapping in front of me, and then this fire match behind me. It was great.
All the matches.
I want to go back to Clinton Bay.
Dub is all swirled out. Sorry, the ice cream machine is no longer working. This is McDonald's.
Like McDonald's. Hell yeah, bitch broke.
But
until next year.
I gotta say, Instant Classic is correct. I watched that match twice. I watched it back. First time I enjoyed it. The second time I was like, holy fuck. It was so good. Seth, he came out in these big ass ruffles, cheetah print ruffles. Incredible. Looking like King from Tekken. That shit was incredible. All he was missing was a tail and the mask. I was like, this is great. AJ Styles, phenomenal as always. And yeah, man, they put on a classic, and I was like, this is so good. And the way it ended with the first, AJ Styles went for the pedigree, got the pedigree, didn't get enough of it. Seth trying to do the stomp, his knee gives out. It was like, oh man, they're just hitting you in all the right spots with all the right spots. And then when it 1, 2, 3 happens, oh man, I was like, Seth won. I was so excited. The crowd was going crazy. They singing this song, and that championship just looks so massive. I was like, that's hard. I love it. So super hype. Now after that, I don't even know, because my mind was gone. My brain was vaporized by the BBL Big Gold. I was like, what? I was like, I think I need that belt. I might have to make a purchase down the road.
Yeah, that's on the list.
But
next match on that card was Trish Stratus beating Becky Lynch with the help of E-Ray's girl.
Yeah, Zoe. That's what I'm talking about.
Another doubles rightism.
Because you said some stuff. We were saying, hey, she could use a heavy, but involve these people and put it in there. We didn't expect the situation to happen, but she did win. I don't think any of us had Trish winning. I don't remember.
No, not at all.
So
even with help, I thought Becky would still win.
So we were all wrong there. That's something to remember. Also, love Zoe Stark's usage, and I love their ring attire. Trish had the yams out. Fantastic. So Trish is still in very good shape. Yoga has done her body well. On the other side of things, Becky Lynch loved that jumpsuit. That shit was hard. Reminiscent of Kill Bill. I loved everything about the little Becky Lynch chops and tags on there. thought that was super dope. The match was surprisingly good. I actually enjoyed it. It was, even though I don't think Becky's like, or excuse me, not Becky. I don't think Trish is a phenomenal worker. I think she got the spots that she needed to. She sold when she needed to, and definitely got her bell rung a few times, as we seen on Monday night with the purple jaw. She got the infinity jaw like Thanos. Like somebody, I am inevitable. I was like, oh shit. Well, so good match to me. It was much better than I thought it was going to be. And then the Zoe Stark involvement really popped me. I thought it was fantastic. And I was like, whoa, is Zoe wearing jeans in Jeddah? It's like, she's trying to get... Whoa.
I peeped that. I'm like, yeah, she got some trouble.
Yeah, I was like, that was... Andrew, I'm surprised it was like, but anyway. Other than that, any other thoughts about that match, guys?
No, not really. I was a fan of the match, the finish, and the follow up on Monday. Becky just coming out like, Zoe, I'm gonna ruin your life. I was like, oh shit, that was real.
Transition her right into the avenue of big things. They continue to put a microphone in front of Trish's face, which I don't agree with, but Zoe Stark did fine, and I think transitioning Zoe to a big feud immediately is fun. It puts her into the main title picture. I know she won't win the feud, but hey, give her a chance of some exposure and to kind of work out the kinks. So perfectly fine with that. Next match.
Gunther chopped Mustafa Ali all the way back to NXT.
Literally.
Mustafa Ali, he got some moves in. Like it was a good match. Like Mustafa Ali, phenomenal worker. And Gunther's Gunther, man. Like he's just an unstoppable force at this point. BA, are you same thoughts? Yeah.
I think it did good things for both gentlemen, honestly. It of course made Ali look way stronger than they ever have made him look since.
So he got that chop that turned him inside out.
Yeah, I mean, you
his titty into the third row.
You fight with a lion. You fight with a lion long enough, he gonna bite your ass, and that's kind of where we was at when that happened. But before that, like you said, Ali got some shots in, made the match believable. Gunther sold pretty well for the shots he got in. Match played out at the end as it should have. Gunther should not have lost that belt. I just want him to pass bitter ass honky tonk man's record, and I'm cool with what they do with Gunther after that. So yeah, this match helped both of them, in my opinion. No complaints.
Chopped him so hard he thought, I wonder what the weather's like in Orlando right now.
Yep. Let's find out.
And I loved his involvement there. I was like, oh shit, he felt like a big deal watching him stroll into the arena. I was like, okay, I see you. Red.
And it was just straight like he didn't play heel or face. He's just like, hey, I'm just here for a while. My chest hurt.
No,
y'all got a good medical staff.
He came up and said, free agent Mustafa Ali, baby. And I was like, that's how you do free agency right there.
Yep.
Like, it worked. I was like, oh, I love this. So very happy for that. Maybe that same free agency will get Von Wagner off my TV for as long as possible. But
good luck.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't Von Wagner doing a therapy session with his parents next week?
Next.
I can't wait to talk about that. Next up, Asuka, in the surprise of the evening, defeated Jane Cena by pinfall.
Another one we all agreed was going to be Jane Cena prevails.
Yeah,
this
was the shocker of the evening, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
I didn't expect this at all, for her to drop it overseas.
Okay, so same question posed to y'all. Now y'all got a little more energy to it. Was this the right call? Like we talked about the Jade earlier, losing 60-0. Was this the right call for Bianca Belair?
I've been thinking about this since it happened
at Night of Champions with that crowd.
I'm indifferent, bro. I don't think I can give a definitive yes or no. I think it depends on what they do with her after for me to give that. fair shake.
The only reason I would say this is the right thing to do is because Bianca's on SmackDown. Like at some point,
reason.
both of those titles.
Now we got 2 Raw. But so is Asuka. Asuka's on SmackDown.
Correct. That's why I said that's a pretty shit reason.
That's
why she's fighting. That's why she's fighting her. No, because as soon as she came out to do her little celebration of having the Raw title, she came out. Asuka didn't say a word with the Joker, Jack Nicholson Joker hands, and yeah, like
okay. I'll put you like this. This is the right move. If next up we get Rhea versus Bianca for that SmackDown title.
No, that's horrible, dude.
That's weird.
You don't want Rhea versus Bianca?
No,
not right now.
Yeah, that's a horrible time.
Give me that at Dub 40, man.
Yeah,
like,
let's shame Dub to death.
Give me that at SummerSlam and Mania. What? Like, give it to me twice.
You crazy?
Yes,
dude.
Talk about spoiling the money.
I only got so much underwear, man. He trying to blow lows left and right. Like, god damn.
Did we just say we seen a match redone? Like, this isn't, and we're gonna get there. This isn't Cody and Brock 7.
Yeah, I was gonna, like I said, do it at SummerSlam and at Mania next year. That's like 8 months apart.
The better question is, does Bianca get any sort of get back opportunity? Is the biggest question.
That's what I want to, because again, she said I want my lick back, and she got missed it twice. Then the third time, she just rubbed in her eyes.
Yeah, that was cold blooded.
Like some big,
that was cold blooded. I was like, she got her good that time. I was like, that was good. Like that was some good heel shit.
She literally pulled a Chun Li.
He said, I was shocked. I was low key like, if we gonna have her lose, that's a good way to have her lose because it's off of some dastardly heel shit. Like she didn't lose the title clean. So if we gonna lose the title, I'm not gonna be too upset about that.
My thing is this. I don't like that she lost on this card. I think this card didn't need that, number one. And it felt like really abrupt. I felt like this would have been a better serve at probably Money in the Bank. And sure, it could have been against Asuka, but I don't think they needed to redo this here. They should have waited, saved that up, kept building it up, then had Money in the Bank and do it at Money in the Bank. I think that's a much better time to do it, because then the women win the Money in the Bank. Maybe you have that person run out and almost try to surprise Asuka and she get missed it, or whatever. But that just includes a little bit more to it where it's like, oh, that's a good shocker. I don't want to, like, again, the Saudi Arabia crowd was a little weird, but I didn't need that here. For some reason, it just didn't connect with me, and I was like,
I think that's low-key why it happened. I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
That's fine. I mean, that's fine. I just didn't enjoy it there. And number two, I think somewhat to what you said, I think that it depends on how this plays out for Bianca, but is she ever gonna get her lick back? I don't. What is it next for her? Does she take off some time now and then reemerge? That would be good, because I would like to see what happens next. Or does she get a rematch and then what? Does she lose again? And then Asuka just now has a number?
I'm not big on mandatory rematches. Like,
yeah,
I'm not big on those at all.
I mean,
if she ain't say I need to get my lick back, I would agree with you, Dub. But she kind of called a shot.
So that's the thing. But I would say this: if you're gonna do it, you gotta go all in on Asuka. Do not let Vince sit there and mute her no more. Asuka, if we hadn't forgot, is the only undefeated NXT Women's Champion. She never lost. Like LeVar Ball, never lost. So she just left the title. Like, I'm done. And then she comes to the main roster and she's pretty much like, whatever. She wins some, she lose some. I want to see Asuka, like, she didn't even win the title. She was given the title by Becky Lynch. I need to see Asuka now go on a rampage and just be like Queen Asuka now. That's the only way that makes that feel better to me. And maybe Bianca comes back around later on, but I don't need an immediate rematch, and I damn sure don't need Bianca versus Rhea right now, because it doesn't make sense. Rhea just won the title, so it's like it's almost kind of like that MJF thing where it's like, oh well, she just won, so there's no way she's losing.
Yeah, let her build up a lineage with holding the title before we trying to have the immovable object meets the unstoppable force.
And I get it, Dub. It's because Rhea smoked Natalya in 8 seconds. So you just like, I want a longer match than that. And it's okay.
I mean, but who's next for Rhea? Like, look, Rhea's dominated pretty much the entire roster except for Bianca.
Everybody that's on SmackDown.
Oh, she's gonna be Zelina again. She's gonna be Sonya Deville.
You act like they don't have Liv. She can beat
Liv.
up Liv.
Liv hurt for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, throw her away.
She out.
You can beat up Shotzi. You can have
Big
back pose. Absolutely, because she's next. Big back pose is getting positioned in that spot.
Trips gave her the rub already, so
I'm waiting for that to happen, but I'm fine with that. So again, there's a lot of moves that's going to be made and can be made, but also Rhea isn't that important in as far as like the women's title picture. We know she's dominant, but she's actually doing the best service in the Judgment Day, being there, being the dastardly figure, getting Dom over and actually making the Judgment Day that much better. She gives the legitimacy to the Judgment Day because nobody else wins. It's just her. So again, just have her do that. She ain't even got to do nothing special. That's the difference between her and Bianca / Asuka. They're winning and they need to win that predicates their like glory. Rhea is in a whole stable with some dudes and having fun and doing all that shit. She just holds the title because she's dope. So until some other people come back and they're ready for her to fight them, she can just chill and beat them up, have her one-off match here and there, and that's perfectly fine.
But here's the thing. Y'all talking about you don't want Rhea versus Bianca, assuming that Bianca's going to win. I would say you get that to me at SummerSlam and Rhea wins.
No, that's the whole point. If they have the match, I know Bianca's not winning because Rhea just got the title.
But then you give it to me again at Mania, and you build the Black John Cena the way they've always built up a John Cena. You ever go on a run, she wins the Rumble or Elimination Chamber or something like that, and
you know,
and then she gets a moment.
You sound like the dude that got the girl's number and just like, can we fuck right now?
Right now,
it's too soon.
Dinner. Fuck Netflix and shit. Right now.
He ain't even hit her with the what you doing. He ain't even hit her with the WID text. He just like, fuck. Yeah.
Right. He hit her with this emoji right here.
Yes. Donut. Droplets. Finger. Whoa.
Lips.
Wild boy.
Peach.
Wild boy. Right.
Eggplant.
Wild boy. We don't need no pizza, Duck. We need no pizza. We got food there.
Put as a wild place, guys.
There is.
All right. Next.
That Cameo's pizza was hitting.
Hey, stay on
chicken Alfredo pizza. Chicken Alfredo pizza. Plenty of Alfredo sauce everywhere.
Jesus.
Do we want to talk about Rhea versus?
We already did, Dub. Keep up.
Okay. All right.
So much tapioca on his mind. It's blood in his brain.
8 seconds on her birthday. Happy birthday, Natalya. You're taking the L. Here's a gift for you. L.
That was hilarious.
And I ain't talking about Louis Vuitton.
They love embarrassing her. I don't know what she did.
I cut the cheese.
As they say, the sins of the father. I don't know what Anvil did, but she paid for it.
Facts.
All right. So now we get into our main events. We got Brock versus Cody. Cody did the pass out finish.
Did y'all like this match?
More than I thought I was.
I agree. I liked it.
When they started talking about like Cody had the bionic titanium cast.
It looked like some like fucking carpal tunnel thing that I see like old ladies wear at work.
I was like, this nigga got the Mega Man cannon or some shit. What's going on here?
He needed that shit. If he ain't have it,
is a cybernetic organism.
I think at this point,
I thought Cody Grant at one point said we can rebuild him and make him stronger, and I was like, wait a minute, Cody Rhodes is not the $6 million man.
I have
turn into it.
Let me show you. Okay, Cool.
Yeah, they just building that story, man. This is just a chapter in the Cody story.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. We kind of knew what was happening. We knew Cody wasn't going to win, but they gave him an out. It's kind of weird that he passed out from a Kimura, but I get it. Pain. Cool. Pain tolerance. He wanted to win that bad.
Yeah, not everybody the Ilya Dragunov.
Do we get Cody and Brock 3 at SummerSlam?
I think you get it at Money in the Bank. And
I was gonna say, if Money in the Bank wasn't in London, I would say SummerSlam.
Exactly, and that's why I said it's gonna happen at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but because it's in London, yeah, because they're probably not giving them Drew.
So I was thinking, I thought it might be too soon because it's only a month away, and if he had a broken arm, they were going to try to give him some time.
Nah, he just wrestled after 4 days after allegedly breaking it. So I think that gimmick's kind of dead. As far as
but then he just
Cody wrestled a Hell in a Cell match with a broken titty.
Yeah, outside of his head getting chopped out.
And then he disappeared for
a day after breaking his titty. He wrestled a Hell in a Cell match.
Right.
You think he's not gonna wrestle 4 weeks after break? You think he's not gonna wrestle 4 weeks without broken arm? What?
After getting tapped from, I don't know. Okay.
Well, it was on site on Raw.
Yeah. He said, "I'm gonna show up to work every week."
Yes,
and it's down.
This is Cody, man. This is what he do.
Okay, when you decide to show up to work,
Cody
I'm gonna beat your ass.
Got it.
Cody in the bank, man. I don't know what's gonna happen at SummerSlam, but Cody in the bank is. I put money on that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Let me put you like this, E. Right? Like, you definitely don't want to put Cody in the Money in the Bank match, and you have to have Cody over there.
Correct. Exactly. Great point.
I guess.
So why not, have him 75% healed up and then slay the beast?
Because put him in Money in the Bank and just have him do a decent job and lose. Instead of having, because you don't need to do a lot with your broken arm. We get it. You got a little cast on your arm and you don't got to face Brock. That's what I'm saying. And then he couldn't win. He might be in the final 4, or maybe he's in the last 8 of the Money in the Bank and he get eliminated because of Brock or something.
That hurts him. That hurts him worse than losing to Brock, in my opinion. Than to lose. Those are all. Let's keep it a buck. The most of the fodder of the Money in the Bank matches are going to be people that have never been in the main event space, right?
No,
that's fair to say. So
it's Nakamura and Ricochet right now. They both main evented title matches.
Yeah, I should say people that are on a trajectory to be in the main event space. From what we've seen and presented.
Again, right now, it's Nakamura and Ricochet. I don't know if they're on a trajectory to go in the main event space.
Thank you. Either. That's my point. Is you have Cody, who's been prominently featured since he came back from the titty surgery. All of a sudden.
Oh yeah, never mind. My bad. For some reason I'm thinking about Royal Rumble. My mistake.
That's all I was like, bro.
On my brain, I'm like,
it's like I don't know.
He can just come in and be the final. That's why I said be the final. I forgot only so many spaces. So yeah, if it's only 5 people, no. Cody shouldn't be in that. You're right.
Agreed. That's not for him. Not at this stage.
Nah.
But I get where you're getting at. But it makes more sense for them to get rid of this and be done with it, and Cody going to something fresh at SummerSlam, because I have a feeling Cody's gonna be in these random feuds until WrestleMania, pretty much. Probably. So this is what it is.
Story a year later, because as we're going to the last thing we need to talk about this evening, the bloodline is imploding. So I feel like that is now all the opponents that we need for Roman Reigns for the next 7 months.
That's a good point.
Fair.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that.
Roman versus Jimmy. Roman versus Jay. Roman versus Solo. Done. There we go.
Yeah.
And some iteration.
And then he probably whoops all their asses and keeps the belts through each of them fights.
And then he somehow loses Paul Heyman, a part of this. And basically he has to be completely alienated. And then that's when Cody is like,
it's time to finish the story.
That's right. He was like, because he was like, you didn't beat me. Solo and the bloodline beat me. So that's how he can challenge him and get it over. So I'm holding out hope for that. But with that said, there was an implosion of the bloodline because first I have to, before I even get to that, I'm burying the lead. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens came out in Jeddah and never been there before. I never thought I'd see Sami Zayn on a card. Sami Zayn came dressed in the garb, traditional garb, and speaking Arabic, and it was amazing. I was so excited. I was so hyped. I like actually felt the feels for this one, and I was like, holy shit, super dope. Did y'all care about that at all, or was that just me? I was just super hyped.
No, I loved it. Like, you could tell Sammy was like, he was really in his moment there. Like,
and they embraced
whole
it.
weekend.
Yeah.
That was
I loved everything about that moment, and like I love that even Roman was standing there like, what is he even saying? And
yes,
no one told him. It was great.
Perfect, like play off of that, and it wasn't like he wasn't even trying to like cater to us in any way, shape, or form. Like the American, the other wrestlers, he's like, no, this is for me and the people, and he just giving it up. And I was like, I love that. Then the match starts, fantastic. They going back and forth, great stuff. It was a typical Roman match. He's giving up all the stuff. Solo looks fantastic, $1 million as they built him up to be. Kevin Owens, what more can you say about that man? He's great. Him and Sami Zayn just work so well together. Anytime they're in a match, regardless if it's friend or foe, it's going to be a banger. This match delivered, and then things got crazy. The Usos that were ordered to stay their ass home left the country, snuck out, and they know they was on punishment, snuck out the house, and then crashed the car because they super kick partied like they were violent idols. He gave Solo Sikoa, their brother, a super kick to the face, knocked him out, and cost him and Roman the titles. Roman spazzes out. Sammy and KO sneak out there and they laugh and they joyous.
Well, no, you're burying part of it.
Oh,
after they super kick Solo, Roman comes in the ring and tells him to get out of there and mushes Jimmy in the face again. There's only so many times you can. Jay, you're right. There's only so many times you can mush a man in the face before you get super kicked. And that's what happened. Jimmy pulled the trigger on that super kick. And Jay, being the Stockholm Syndrome guy he is, why you do that? Why you do that? You know,
Jay just trying to keep the family together. At this point, Jay Uso is like the Jackson's mother. Like Jackson, he's just a mom. He's just like,
he's like the youngest child that don't understand. This is just what happens when mommy and daddy fight. You can't do anything about it. You need to just go to bed.
I think he does understand. He's like, "Why? Thanks, BA." Like,
thinks that he can.
Any more stories
can
from
save something?
You're all right,
but they can't. I'm okay. I promise.
This has been another session of BA's therapy.
I'm sorry, Mama. No.
I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt. Dear my toy box. No, this is this is definitely one of those matches where it was like the pieces helped build to the whole, and I was like, man, this is incredible. It was already good. They already had all the pieces there, the characters there, the tension, and then when the super kick happened, then the mushing happened. It's like, oh, it was like, I wouldn't let that nigga do that to me, dog. He was like, oh, and he was like, this is my brother. Wow. And let him have it. It was like, yo, why you do that? He was like, you should have did this a long time ago. Then he hit him with another one. Another one. And then
that was the part that sealed it for me, that he did it again.
Yeah. He was like, nigga, I'm fully committed. That's like,
and he said he was the tribal chief, man.
Yeah, he was like, woo, look at me. And then he had to get Jay out of there because Jay didn't know what to do. He's like, oh shit. Jay was like Kale and Kid. Here it goes.
Here it goes.
And he had to walk out. So I was like, cool. He left, and that's when they got the win. And now they left us like, what is going to happen Friday? We are on the edge of our seats. Solo, Jimmy, Jay, Roman. There is going to be consequences, and we got to see it. So I can't get enough. I'm excited for that, but that is it. Guys.
So much emotion.
Just wrestling. Anything else that you want to get out of here before we get out of here?
When it's done right, there's nothing better than professional wrestling. And that to build up to that scene and then that scene, like everything done right. Full explode.
Yeah, full explode.
That's when the shoe should have exploded right there when Jimmy kicked Roman.
Facts. Just like what was that? That was the fury of the gods.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is called a comedic callback. You're welcome.
Good job, Dub. It's not even worth even adding a joke that I had in there. So I'm gonna close. Guys, this has been another fantastic episode of Let Me Book the Territory. Again, we told you if you listened all the way to the end, we're gonna make sure we covered ROH. So after we tell you where you can find us, we're gonna do a whole ROH breakdown. You just wait. Dub, let the people know where they can find you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Embrace the Turn Up podcast is finally coming back next week. I don't have my in-home studio set up, but we're going to go digital. We're going to recap every single story from Put-in-Bay that we can tell that won't get people fucked up. So not a lot.
So not much. All right, just tell me in a group chat.
Happened.
Tell me in a group chat.
A lot happened. We might recap the stories and change a lot of the names. And if you got me in a group chat, I'll tell you who's who and what's what. Other than that, Twitter, Instagram, ADUB1220. Hit the follow button. I'm going to fuck up your algorithms with smut and wrestling and hip-hop takes, not necessarily in that order.
That's one half of the Nasty Boys for you. Thank you, Dub. B.A. Let them know.
Y'all already know y'all can find me running the Twitter handle at Let Me Book Pod.
All the tweets. It's all
I gotta give shout out to my fellas this weekend, specifically my brother E-Ray. He held it down greatly. This is a busy weekend for all of us, so E-Ray did a lot of heavy lifting, more than he typically does on the handle, because he's usually running his own shit. So thank you, E-Ray. But outside of that, typically you'll see me there. Also, just released episode 3 of the BA Show, breaking down, speaking of the insanity of Double or Nothing, the perfect show to kind of couple it. Halloween Havoc 97, very much similar like to this Double or Nothing show. Some fire ass matches, some matches we were all scratching our heads at, and then a crazy psychopathic ending. Tune in to hear our breakdown of it. Outside of that, is all I got for you, fellas.
Guys, and me, E-Ray, the quasi bad guy. You can find me at E_RAY_ the bad guy on the Instagrams. You can find me on Twitter at E_RAY the hipster. Also, Binge Flicks and Chill coming back next week with the beginning inaugural kickoff second season episode, Wakanda Forever. Talk about Black Panther, nigga. It's gonna be dropping next Tuesday. Also, you can find me at Inaudible Ruckus this coming Saturday. So listen to it and get to it. Other than that, guys, I mean, I think you guys know how this goes. Like BA says, swirl the world. Like Dub says, I need some tissue. And, sometimes you got to let the madness wash all over you. If it's too sweet, deal with it.
Take a bath.
And we're out of here, guys. It's a whole thing of ROH coming right at you. Never.